Ooh, love this. Tank right in front of the main sitting area. I can see a kitchen over here to the right. Always jealous of these type setups because this guy doesn't have to leave the main living area of his house, leave the family to enjoy the tank. I can see having breakfast, dinner right here with the tank behind you. Okay, I would sit on this side of the table so I can look over everyone and see the tank. I probably wouldn't be that good at dinner conversations or breakfast conversations because I'd just be staring at the tank. Nice, looks like maybe two sides viewable here. We got a hallway going down to the right. That's cool. Nice plain cabinets around it. That leaves all the focus of the attention on the tank, how it should be. Looks like we got, I'm looking at probably 210, probably a 280. Is what I'm guessing for size here. Got some tangs here. Aquascaping is all pushed to the back. That's the first thing that's jumping out at me. Again, there's different strokes for different folks. There's no right or way necessarily to do this. For me though, why I like having lots of sand bed area, it's a little too pushed back for me. I'd move some of these rocks forward. I'd also try to give it a little more depth, a little more on the sides, give it a little more character. To me, it's a little pile of rocks-ish. And again, that's just my taste. There's no right or wrong. That's what makes this person happy. More power to them. We got some overflows in the back here, some chromis. Curious to see how long those 4 chromis live. Looks like maybe 3 or 4 of them. It always seems that they pick each other off no matter what I've tried. You start with multiples, you end up with 1. Happens that way every time. You've got some, looks like maybe some Singulara over here. I'm guessing this is a young tank, doesn't have lots of corals in it. Nice little clam here. Things seem to be going well. Oh, clamshell, I'm guessing that clam didn't make it. Clams, one of those things I love to keep. For some reason, my last tank just didn't keep them. Some more Sinularia over here. One thing I'm noticing at this point is there's not a lot of flow in this tank. I'm seeing a wave pump over there. There may be one over on the wall. This may just be because the tank is young. He just started it, but I would like to see more flow in the system. The fish don't really seem to be rocking around in any currents. This bubble tip over here, yeah, here we go. This bubble tip doesn't really seem to be moving around much. I'd like to see more flow in the system. I see that one wave. Maybe there's another wave over here in the corner. Again, maybe he's building this up, but I would definitely have more flow on the horizon for this tank. It needs a lot more motion inside of it. That sea anemone just isn't moving much. It's got some, but not a lot. I definitely want to see more flow. Hey, look, someone who writes down their test results. I dig it. Something I definitely recommend that you do. He's even got a list of fish that are in the tank. That's an awesome idea. You can do a daily check, run off your checklist of what you have. Looks like a custom light rack here for a bunch of XR15s. Different strokes for different folks. Looks like it's made of aluminum. That's good. It won't rust. He's even staggered irradions as well. Something you can do when you're building a custom light rack. You can put them however you want. And I'm seeing this pipes going down into the basement. I'm guessing there's a basement fish room in here, which is always fun. No one complains about having a basement fish room or a fish room period. They only complain when they don't. Liking this. All right, so I'm gonna be picky here. Look, on this plumbing, he could have rotated the pipes so you don't see that printing on the pipes. That's a nitpicky thing. I'm not a building inspector. The building inspector isn't coming to look at this work. Rotate those pipes so that the printing, the text on the pipe is out of the way. Again, that's just a nitpicky thing, but he did use 1.5-inch pipes, which I like. 1-inch drains are always death. Glad to see they did go 1.5 inches. Extra capacity doesn't hurt. Looks like we've got a Neptune module up here. We'll be interested to see what I'm hoping that the basement brings to us. All right, here we go, basement fish room. Looks like concrete walls. Everyone loves a basement. I wish I had a basement. Looks like this is a 150-ish gallon tank that's been turned into a sump. Different ways to do things. Personally, I don't use tanks for sumps, but you can do it and it can work. It's working for this person. We got some filter socks. I love the makeshift filter sock holder. It's just jammed between 2 baffles, no filter sock tray. Again, it can work. It can work for you. You've got some Chados sitting there. It looks like some sponges. I'm guessing some yellow sponge down in that cryptic zone with the rocks. That's nice. Reef octopus skimmer. Keep an eye on this thing. They're prone to overflowing. I've never had a lot of luck with them. They've been very inconsistent for me, but if it's working for you, more power to you. I've got one in my holding tank here. It's what I expected to get for the price. Super inconsistent. Hopefully it's working better for you than me. It's like you've got maybe some kind of UV back there, calcium reactor going already. I'm curious, it looks like a lot of bubbles in this calcium reactor. Why are you getting that many bubbles in there? I would check that. Maybe something's leaking or you're getting air pumped in there. You shouldn't have that many bubbles in the calcium reactor. I'm curious why he's even running a reactor at this point. The tank is so young, it likely doesn't need it. Some people just want to get it on from the get-go. That's okay too. Oh, I like this. Let's back up here. So this guy's got some plumbing coming up from above, and he's got it supported with pipe hangers. Great call. Don't rely on your bulkheads to carry the load. You want to support that pipe, especially with horizontal runs. Awesome. Really proud of that. That's good to see. Okay, so we could do something with cord wrangling. Cord wrangling is one of those things that you always seem to get to. Hopefully it's on his horizon. We've got an energy bar up here high above the water line. That's great to see. Okay, I would put some waterproof outlet covers on these outlets over here. He certainly got enough of them, that's for sure. No one's going to complain about that, but I would put covers on those. Ooh, a vent fan, bathroom vent fan. Awesome call here. This will help pull the moisture out. It shouldn't be hot in the basement, but if it does get hot, that's going to pull the air out as well. Nice to see that it did that. Looks like it's venting outside of the space as it should. That's good to see. He's even got a door on his fish room. I dig that as well. So this is a basement fish room, but it's walled off from the rest of the house. That's good call. Help try to contain your moisture, keep everything close by. Put some outlets, waterproof outlets on those electrical outlets. Curious on how this reef octopus skimmer is going to treat you in the long term. I personally never had luck with them, but it may work for you. Looks like it's doing something. They've got some skimmate in the cup and in the neck as well. It's got his RODI unit over here on the wall. Curious to see what he has for a mixing station. There we go. There's the 55-gallon food gauge drum. Looks like it's sitting on a platform, wood platform. Hey, this may be temporary, this may be permanent. It's one way to skin the cat. Can get it done this way. Everyone loves a water container, a water mixing station. I don't have one currently. I sure miss it. Then again, this is more of a DIY type of approach, not something that I would build, just because I like to do things differently. But it certainly can work for this guy. He's even got some lids over the sump. I like that as well. I would get that water, that high level sensor over there in the sump. Get that working for you. If you have it, might as well make it work. And he's got some room, excess room in the fish room as well. It's got a little desk for storing things and hopefully testing his water parameters. That's cool. I like that. And he's got a floor drain. Oh, love a floor drain in a fish room. Gives you so many options for draining things and gives you peace of mind. If water gets loose, it's going into the floor drain, hopefully not into the rest of the house. Okay, I'm going to be picky here. I would secure that waistline coming from the RODI unit. Yes, if it pops out, it's going to drain into the floor drain anyway, but by securing it, you know it's staying contained. That way water doesn't get free. Containing water, giving yourself some backup and redundancy never hurts. Overall, he's got a nice basement fish room. He's got room to grow in this thing. If he wanted to redo things, he could. He's got some nice 1.5-inch drains coming from upstairs to down. That's great for added capacity, and he's got a great tank upstairs. Something that's an easy place to stare and take in and enjoy the tank. It's going to be the focal point of this house. Nice work.